Welcome to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and to the UNC Hussman School of Journalism and Media's Spring Commencement Ceremony. I'm Raul Reis, and I have the honor of serving as the Dean of UNC Hussman. A big and warm welcome to the class of 2025. Welcome, graduates. Welcome to the families and friends who are here with us today, and also to those who are joining us online for our live stream of today's ceremony. And welcome to the UNC Hussman faculty and staff who are here to support the students they've worked so closely with over these past years. Thank you to our faculty marshals today, Lois Boynton, Lightning Kaboski, and Ryan Thornburg. Families and friends, please note that our graduates will not be called in alphabetical order. Graduates, I encourage you to text your families and friends who are here with us, watching online, with information about the role you are seated in so that they can be sure your name when you're called and to see you cross the stage. Also, I invite you all to join me and the school's faculty and staff for a reception at Carroll Hall immediately following our ceremony. I hope you'll be able to stop by Carroll Hall for a few minutes to say hello before you make your way to Kenan Stadium for the university ceremony, where Carolina soccer legend Mia Hamm will deliver the commencement address. Now, to the class of 2025, congratulations, you did it. You have earned a degree from the nation's best media and journalism school at the nation's first public university. And you have earned it. The road for the class of 2025 has had its twists and turns and plenty of obstacles to overcome. Emerging from the pandemic, political turmoil, a mental health crisis on campuses across the nation, and thankfully, back to the more traditional in-person, on-campus experience. Each one of you here today has had to be extremely adaptable and resilient in the face of persistent challenges. We congratulate you for that. You've definitely had to have some tar on your heels. You are all truly North Carolina Tar Heels, thanks to your perseverance and your pursuit of excellence. I would also like to recognize that your journey has included the support and commitment of a faculty and staff who work hard to provide you with the best learning experiences, who push you to be your best, and who have themselves shown great flexibility, grace, and resilience in order to help you navigate the challenges of recent years. And those faculty and staff are here today to celebrate your success and achievement as you take the next steps towards careers or further studies. And they will be here for you throughout your future endeavors. I've talked about the challenging times you've endured, but let's also recognize that this has been a time of tremendous opportunity and achievement for the class of 2025. You have been a highly decorated class in your years here, and you have helped the school's national reputation continue to soar. You have extended the school's remarkable run of 6 consecutive national championships in the Hearst Journalism Awards, considered the Pulitzers of collegiate journalism. Our school has won 9 of the 10 past years and 13 all-time championships. You have completely dominated the Society for News Design's international student competition every year during your time here, extending what is now a 15-year run of UNC Hussman students towering over the competition. Our advertising and public relations students work every year with leading national brands. You've developed campaigns for Serena Williams, Nike, Chick-fil-A, Walmart, General Motors, Meta, the Orange Bowl, the Miami Heat, and the list goes on. You have distinguished the school as a perennial selection in the annual PR News A-list for schools with the best programs for preparing graduates for the profession. And this year, our advertising students have advanced in the National Student Advertising Competition to compete as finalists for a national championship in June. Our graduate students have distinguished themselves as public voices in the seminal issues of our time, including misinformation and disinformation, effective public health communication strategies, and how data analysis uncovers issues that call for attention. You've won numerous top paper awards from leading academic organizations, including the International Communication Association and the Association for Education in Journalism and Mass Communication. You are emerging leaders in the media industries and in the academy. The depth and breadth of achievement by the UNC Hussman class of 2025 is unparalleled. Can there be any question or doubt as to what school has the best and brightest students? You have proven over and over again that you, our UNC Hussman students, are simply the best. When I came to UNC Hussman as dean 3 years ago, I was aware of the school's quality, the national prominence, and reputation for excellence. What I learned quickly as I first began and as I have continued working with our students, faculty, staff, and alumni is that we all share a very strong common bond of passion for this place, a real passion for the University of North Carolina, a real passion for UNC Hussman, a passion for being the best, for service to our communities, for supporting each other. This is a special place, and you are a special class. The passion and commitment of our alumni is an important part of what makes us who we are as a school. And there is no more apt embodiment of that passion and commitment than our commencement speaker today. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce J.J. Carter as our 2025 commencement speaker. J.J. is a 1996 graduate of UNC Hussman. He has since risen to become the president and CEO of FleishmanHillard, one of the world's most respected strategic communications consultancies. JJ is a trusted consultant to multinational companies in their biggest moments and on the larger global stages. He has navigated clients through IPOs, CEO transitions, groundbreaking product launches, complex mergers, and global sponsorship activations. Before joining Fleshman, JJ built a reputation as a global leader in sports marketing and communications, having led communications for the Dallas Mavericks, Detroit Pistons, and the Association of Tennis Professionals. He has advised some of the world's most celebrated athletes, including Andy Roddick, Roger Federer, Michael Phelps, Steve Nash, and the legendary Tar Heel Jerry Stackhouse. He has also advised brands such as Nike, BMW, Levi's, and Visa. JJ has navigated the evolving landscapes of media. He understands the transformative power of this industry and the role today's graduates will play in shaping its future. He has maintained close ties to UNC Hussman and its students as a dedicated supporter, a trusted counselor, and a tireless advocate. In 2023, he established the Carter Tinson Gallery in the school's Curtis Media Center to highlight work that advances public discourse, elevates underrepresented voices, and catalyzes social impact. JJ serves on the UNC Hussman Board of Advisors and was inducted into the North Carolina Media and Journalism Hall of Fame for his leadership and contributions to the strategic communications field. His deep connection to UNC has shaped his journey and inspired his return to Chapel Hill as the school's 2025 commencement speaker. Class of 2025, let's give J.J. Carter a warm welcome home to UNC Hussman.
Good afternoon and welcome, distinguished faculty, parents, and graduates. Dean Raul, thank you for that incredibly generous introduction and for the invitation to speak on this incredibly special day. As a member of the class of 1996, I can say quite sincerely, it is good to be home. Standing here in Carmichael, where so many of Carolina's finest have competed, I am reminded not just of what they achieved, but what it takes to prepare for moments like this. I spent the first 10 years of my career in a locker room environment, and I've spent the last 2 decades in conference rooms and boardrooms. And while the arenas have changed, the work remained largely the same. My role has always been helping others bring clarity to their story. And thanks to the gift of today, I've had an opportunity to bring some clarity to my own. And what I've come to believe is this: the people who move through the world with steadiness, with presence, with purpose, are not the ones who knew every step in advance. They are the ones who knew themselves well and trusted that to guide them. So that's what I'd like to talk to you about today. Class of 2025, before I speak to you directly, I want to congratulate the people who raised you, especially the mothers in the room today. Parents, I empathize with the emotions that you must feel today. You are a few laps ahead of me, but my firstborn is about to go off to college. And I'm nervous, honestly, and I'm proud. And I'm also trying to figure out how my role as a parent is going to change. And as I have thought about that transition, I have reflected on the words of Don Nelson, one of the winningest coaches in NBA history. I served on his staff when he was the coach of the Dallas Mavericks. And Nelly often said, overcoaching has lost more games than undercoaching. Once you send your players out onto the court, you have to trust your game plan and you have to trust their grit. You have raised these graduates well. and they have excelled at UNC Hussman. I know because I've had the opportunity to meet with many of them. They are ready to go out and compete in this world. Now, graduates, you are stepping into the arena at a time of enormous volatility. I have been there. I was only a handful of years outside of Chapel Hill when the dot-com bubble burst, and then a few years later, 9/11 reshaped our world. You know the forces you'll be facing. Dean Raul mentioned several of them. Continued market and media consolidation, deep polarization, misinformation, and disinformation that erode public trust. And you are also on the dawn of a new technological era with enormous potential for writers, for photographers, for creatives, and for communicators. More disruption has happened in our industry in the last 2 years than in the previous 20. I know you're anxious. Uncertainty is unavoidable, but I'm here to tell you it's also very manageable. And since neither I nor your parents are going to be walking alongside you with every step that you take next, I want to leave you with a few things for the road ahead. 3 core ideas that have helped shape my journey and might help steady yours. Call it pregame advice, if you will. Not the kind that only hypes you up, but hopefully helps you hold your ground. Pressure doesn't always favor the loudest voice. It rewards those who know what they bring to the table and are comfortable using it. So, know your strengths and embrace the role that only you can play. What are your competitive advantages? Maybe it's hustle. Maybe it is the perspective from your lived experience. Or, since you are from the only generation that has been using digital media and artificial intelligence for the entirety of your adult lives, maybe it's how to leverage technology in the work that you do. In my case, embracing the tools of my era helped me advance from an internship to a full-time job at the Dallas Mavericks. I brought something novel with me to Dallas in the summer of 1995. It was a laptop computer. My MacBook meant that I could work from home or from the practice gym. It also meant I could manipulate design and layout. And importantly, in that era, I could access the internet. Others in the Mavericks organization were still figuring out how to operate a Word document, not to mention a basic web browser. I was not a developer, but I was incredibly fortunate to have been at UNC when the first version of the consumer internet was being democratized. We had access to it from a lab in the basement of the undergrad library, and it was incredibly valuable. And it also speaks to the power of luck and timing in one's success. Because I had access to some shiny new technology in that day, and I knew just enough to make it useful. When the NBA was building its first ever website, the Mavericks handed over the team's NBA.com site to a 21-year-old intern. Thanks to my editorial training and just basic knowledge of the tools of my era, I had found a way to impact the organization. That served as a launching pad for me to 6 incredible seasons with the NBA. I had the opportunity to work with future MVPs like Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki, and Tar Heel legends, as Dean Raul mentioned. I also had the opportunity to work with a couple of rivals from down the street, Grant Hill and Christian Laettner. Thank you. More on that later. After the NBA, the sport of tennis came calling. They were looking for someone to introduce a promising young generation of stars to the world. Among others, I had the opportunity to work with Andy Roddick when he was turning pro at age 17. Our relationship started with a media training session at the dinner table of his childhood home, while his parents lurked just outside the door. And it carried through his meteoric rise, his triumphs and his disappointments, all the way to world number 1. Andy joked recently that I was one of the only people who would tell him no. And I would always point out when his teenage instincts were way off the mark. The funny thing is, I'm only 8 years older than Andy is. And I was in my mid-20s when we worked together. But I was comfortable advising one of the world's top athletes because I had already had lots of reps in the NBA locker room wrestling with NBA egos. So I was confident in my judgment and my ability to help a young star cultivate an image that was relatable and authentic. Knowing your unique strengths and having conviction in your point of view will take you very, very far. Strength will get you in the room, but humility will keep you there, especially in a world where authenticity is your strongest currency. I have come to believe that humility, that quiet strength, is in the water supply around here. Our state motto is esse quam videre, to be rather than to seem. To me, that means living a life of substance and being self-satisfied, having a purpose in this world that is for me, not for someone else's praise or validation, certainly not for likes or follows or fame or wealth. Standing here on this court, I'm reminded that Coach Smith personified that motto. From my tennis days, Roger Federer is another brilliant example. For a long time, Roger didn't have an agent. There were years when he didn't even travel with a coach. He was a guiding force in his own life. He showed me that sometimes traveling lightly in this world, armed only with your principles, your work ethic, and a commitment to excellence for the sake of it, can make a champion. There is a lot of pressure on each of you to build a personal brand. There is even a course for it at UNC Hussman. There's value in that to increase your influence. But I suspect and I hope that what drew you to journalism or to communications and to UNC Hussman in particular was not building a brand, but elevating your own personal truth. The confidence to be a trusted advisor, a journalist, or a storyteller grows in very small increments every single day. From the athletes to the companies we advise at FleishmanHillard, I've found that all clients want partners. They want people who listen and are curious enough to get to know them deeply, but confident enough to help them find clarity. And as a CEO, I want to hire people who are sincere, can ask questions to solve challenges, have a growth mindset. Transformation is now a permanent state, so we need people who have the perspective and the emotional maturity to embrace change and to see every challenge as an opportunity for reinvention. To be rather than to seem. It involves being present, being active, and being wide open to opportunity. So, once you've found your strengths and you have grounded yourself in something real, the temptation, of course, is to race ahead, to have the whole map figured out. But the truth is, nobody has it figured out. That's why the final piece of advice I'll offer you is simple. Stay in the moment. I've noticed in many of the students I've spoken with an intense need to plot every step and to know that every step is going to be perfect. Well, I entered UNC as a biology major, and I thought for certain I would be a doctor. But by the end of my freshman year, I discovered that instead of looking through that narrow lens of a microscope, I wanted to look up and out. I wanted to learn about the world. I wanted to meet people, and I wanted to travel. And the J School opened that world up to me. When I began looking for a summer internship my junior year, I saw a Dallas Morning News reporter on ESPN. I tracked him down, and he was kind enough to take my call. We chatted for about a half an hour, and he did not have a job for me, but he had contacts and names. So I sat down and I wrote out letters on paper, and I sent out dozens of resumes in envelopes with stamps. And one of those contacts responded, and he asked if I could be on a plane to Dallas for an interview the following Tuesday. I said yes, of course. And I said yes again the next summer when the same man told me not to take a job in college athletics and instead to intern for him again. I turned down a better paying, permanent job because I thought the Mavs would be a door that could open more doors. And working in the NBA was pretty sweet. The point is, I didn't feel that intense pressure to plot my career 2 or 3 years out. I never thought for a minute about pushing my journey towards being a CEO or standing here with you today. I did a job until it felt complete and well done, and then I looked for the next choice that would give me more choices. The result is I have had an incredibly unconventional path to leading a global communications firm. But I was curious and hungry. I knew my strengths and the opportunities presented themselves to me. But success is not linear. If you want to have a meaningful career, develop a point of view rather than a roadmap. Maintain hunger to find that personal truth. Tell a great story and know what your message is in it. But do not obsess over the job you want to have 5 years from now. Because I tried to stay in the moment, when I am finally ready to hang it up, I will have had a lot of memorable ones. My first Olympic Games in Atlanta, only weeks after my own commencement. Coming back to Chapel Hill a few years later with Jerry Stackhouse for his graduation on a game day, and racing back to Detroit just in time for tip-off. Taping together Michael Phelps' 8 gold medals for his iconic Sports Illustrated cover shoot at the Beijing Olympics. Building a company with colleagues that I deeply respect and shaping work that matters. And importantly for each of you, hiring dozens of Tar Heels along the way. In an uncertain world, it is natural to feel anxiety, some insecurity, even some imposter syndrome. Acknowledge that discomfort. But remember, the human race has never existed without great stories and the people who share them. The need for truth tellers, creative communicators, bold marketers is stronger than ever. And hard-coded into the UNC Hussman experience is the training to ignite public conversation and foster democracy. Your education was built for this era, and you have many more superpowers to flex than you realize. This class has covered the Olympic Games in Paris and the Super Bowl in New Orleans. This class has won Society for News Design and White House News Photography Awards. There have been 6 individual Hearst Journalism Award national champions since you stepped onto campus, and 16 national finalists. What's more, in your time in Chapel Hill, UNC has won 3 Hearst overall national champions, extending a streak of excellence. That legacy might not quite top UNC soccer's string of NCAA titles, but with all due respect to the Tar Heel Hoops legends who played here in Carmichael and at the Smith Center, they have 6 NCAA titles, not 6 in a row. I told your parents, and now I'm telling you, you are ready. Graduates, today you join a lineage of the world's finest storytellers, changemakers, creative visionaries, advocates, and advisors. And while your Carolina blue robes are fresh and these seats are still warm, you are already part of that legacy. Know what you bring. Stay anchored in what matters. And don't try to map out the whole journey. Just take the next step. So, go forward from today with courage and let the story you write next be the one that only you can tell. Thank you for this incredible honor of being here with you today, and congratulations, UNC Hussman class of 2025.
Thank you, JJ. Very inspiring words. And now I have the honor of recognizing our 2025 outstanding graduates from various disciplines and programs within the school. They are seated right here on stage. These graduates have earned special distinction. They are selected by the faculty for their excellence. To be chosen as an outstanding graduate in a school so deep in student talent is a very high honor. Will the outstanding graduates on stage please stand? As I call your name, please come forward to receive your award. Please stand. Our John Robert Bittner Outstanding Graduate Senior in Journalism this year is Shelby Swenson. Congratulations, Shelby. Our Lois and H.C. Cranford Outstanding Graduate Senior in Advertising and Public Relations is Lauren Langley. Congratulations, Lauren. Our outstanding master's graduate in digital communication is Paul LeBlanc. Our outstanding master graduate in media and communication is Chelsea Durante. Congratulations, Chelsea. And finally, our outstanding PhD graduate in media and communication is Larissa Anderson Horn. Congratulations, Larissa. And now I would like to invite our Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies and Curriculum, Professor Jules Dixon Green, to call the names of the graduates from our undergraduate program. Families and friends, please note that our graduates are not seated in alphabetical order. Graduates, now would be a good time to text your family and friends with the role you are seated in, so they can be sure to see you cross the stage. Jules.
Thank you, Dean Rice. As the famous song goes, are you ready for it? Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Let's do this, Tar Heels. Anna Fetter. Ella Claire Campbell. Juliet Alexandra Diaz. Zoe Alexandra Werner. Gabrielle Napua Gazoy. Thank you. Victoria Elizabeth Osborne. Maya Marie Hagan. Mila Rose Masonek. William Harrison Hayes. Grace Douglas. Jayla Evans. Nathaniel Grayson Helms. Lee Nicole Craig. Annalise Dippold. Jaleesa Leanne Allen. Thank you. Julia Devana Noer. Allison Lee Burnett. Joseph Patrick Hertz. Samantha Jane Lewis. Serena Rose Sherwood. Benjamin Dylan Exum. Maya Catherine Wade. Eliza Rose Wood. Ela Rose Wood. Alexandra Blair Childre. Parka Cabria Jones. Emma Kate Stiers. Lindsay Grace Simpson. Sydney Ann Shepard. Elizabeth Augusta York. Cameron Elise Shaw. Zoe Maylock. Sophia Abigail Cassini. Anna Elizabeth Rydell. Shako Wong. Jaetong Shu. Koshim Young. Lexing Xu. Yabian Hu. Shahun Chen. Isabel Grace Atkins. Mallory Joan Pagot. Sarah Grace Wagner. Kaylee Madison McCoy. Sophia Lorraine Watson. Edward Garrick Hawk. Luke William Mariello. Emily Ann O'Brien. Reagan Elizabeth Stewart. Matthew Jamal Green. Thank you. Virginia Lynn Dipster. Thank you. Catherine Ava Galbo. Lucinda Larkin Bridges. Bryn Renee Klaber. Avery Olivia Condor. Ellison Bartley Jones. Isabel Ann Engel. Lillian Banks Sherman. Jerome Joseph Ibrahim. Anna Simone Magrid Halim. Violet Elizabeth Palmer. Cameron Faith Idle. Kendall Noel Lee. Jack Cusick. Jarrett Morgan Kidd. Delaney Hope Garver. Carly K. Markle. Grayson Elizabeth Spiro. Landis Elizabeth Magnum. Langley Eliza Wolf. Madison Catherine Corgan. Stephanie Gray Steele. Kyla Marie Johnson. Carolyn Grace Palmer. Elizabeth June Swords. Carson Emmy Tanglin. Eliza Liberty Van Lockeren. Joshua Two. Zachary Stephen Moretti. William Ty Flinglink Jr. Thank you. Valentina Laries. Madeline Yezing Nguyen. Anna Insaf Naruchi. Lainey Ryan Gregg. Samantha Elise Rubin. Ava Noel Michael. Catherine Reese Tuggle. Shelby Grace Coleman. Savannah Hope Gallus. Campbell Page Atterbury. Nicholas Tronka. Brooke Elizabeth Elliott. Grace Vincenza Goldberg. Claire Marie Hardesty. Natalie Rose Peoples. Caroline Collins Horn. Alexandra August Rubicalis. Kylie Ann Ferguson. Sydney Grace Sasser. Natalie Daniela Pinion Galvis. Frank Anthony Anderson Alvarez. Neva Carol Deers. Uma Bat. Lauren Chandler Belton. Brianna Katie Thompson. Samuel Albert Rice. Adele Morris. Bailey McKenna Robbins. Mackenzie Catherine Shagel. Michaela Nicole Elks. Ashley Elizabeth Daniel. Remy Charles Martin II. Logan Kennedy Broomgarner. Madeline Emerson Stevens. Catherine Elise Bogelt. Caroline Elizabeth Persall. Catherine Amelia Stone. Florence Rose Cope. Sophia Marianne Maniscalco. Haley Patterson. Lauren Marie Pike. Emma Kate Loff. Caroline Alexis Wills. Olivia Grace Goodson. Savannah Elizabeth Smith. Hannah Brooke Cardwell. Maddie Rose Wheelis. Catherine Bessie Bray. Makara Lane McBride. Erin Elizabeth Luma. Lily Grace Whitaker. Danielle Nicole Hart. Nadia Jean Clifton. Janae Clifton. Laura Ann Halderscheit. Elizabeth Grace Jordan. Sophia Lackey. Anna Grace Whitaker. Brooke Lucas. Naya Simone Satterfield Brown.
It's me.
Nia Simone Satterfield Brown. How you doing? Connor Jeffries Barnes. Valerie Gazelle Orellana Quinteras. Sydney Charisse Curtis. Lee Pierce Jeffries. Jordan Michaela Middleton.
All the girls, how are you?
Sahira Denise President. Christopher John Williams. Ashley Nicole Tutt. Ari Zaire Myers. Victoria Caitlin Johnson. Aisha Bayoki. Leah Simone Page. Let's try to get this right. Shirley Kimberly Brianna Miniere. Thank you. Amina Farouki. Ava Bryn McPartland. Hannah Elizabeth Wickerson. Nicole Grace Willis. Lily Carolyn Gold. Carly Brinlin. Courtney Marie Fisher. Ashley Allen. Henry Wilson Thomas. Jaden Casey Escobar. Isabella Clucas. Lillian Wah Peterson. Thank you. Colin Coates Shannon. Thank you. Nadiri Elon Brown. Ava Christina Bess Mayo. Emma Grace Bodanero. Sydney Marbine Brinyard. Olivia Caroline Chester. Aaliyah Ashley Carrion. Abigail Thomas Bender. Sophia Hewitt. Quincy Marks. Evan Elizabeth Black. Natalie Marie Varma. Mia Ferrari. Mira Aviol.
Hey, bud.
Mia Angelina Tabata. Chloe Moran D. Jovenel. Jovicel. Max Baloo Merce. Eric Hayden Haynes. Congratulations. Hunter Cabrielli.
Hey.
Caroline Elizabeth Ruth. Julia Addison Thompson. Ashley Grace Humphrey. Spencer Davis Haskell. Sophia Maria Fataruso. Swade Madison Nicole Daniel. Alexis Michelle Dixon. Conley Morgan Miller. Jessica June Lee. Angel Jen. Sonia Zhu. Safa Tanuzi. Did I get that right? Safa. Safa. Samantha Marlis. How you doing? Luke Thomas Rainey. William Jack Vick. Jonathan Andrew Preem Collins. Thank you. Joseph David Macia. Alyssa Taylor Moss. Isabella Jean Olson. Ethan Holt Clark. Jackson Gray McGarren. Benjamin Hollyfield. Anders Young. Kiera Michelle Pazzo. Claire Ann Tunison. Natalie Frey Braden. Mackenzie Elliott Bullers. Grace Elizabeth Denny. Jessica Maria Pulez. John David Wilson III. William Andrew Kleinschmick. Lauren Faye Sink. It's a lot of names, y'all. Sarah Elizabeth Ellis. Avery Syke Helper. Hi. Shamu Lukman. Joelle Yundel Concle. Elizabeth Gurlaris Richards. Isabel Richards. Thank you. Abby Victoria Palink. Madeline Grace Whitaker. Evan Stowe Rogers. Anna Payne Church. Elkelina Gill. Virginia Bladen Pitts. Emerson Cashion, who goes by Folger. Margaret Claire Cole. Thank you. Claire Fleming Taft. Eleanor Hebert Price. Molly Rose Noose. Louianne Olson. McKinley Bassett. Work it, girl. Catherine Combs. Thank you. Charlotte Lang Bynum. Sarah Catherine Hamrick. Gabriella Nino. Larson Becklum Normark. Addison Davis Riley. Camille Leah Knab. Estelle Sue. Alexandra Barr Johnson. Thank you. Mary Claire Halderman. Celia Louise Funderburk. Haley Lynn Black. Anna Stewart Edmonds. Parker Middleton Hanley. Thank you. Jennings Elizabeth Lynn. Sarah Curtis McClatchy. Gabrielle Christian Black. Hope Elizabeth Gallup. Lillian Taylor Chase. Ella Sullivan. Emma Hartso. Killing me. Alfonso Alcala Jr. All of y'all are lined up together. Caroline Grace Harvey. Kinsley Grace Brady. Henri Elena Baptiste Dixon. Morgan Kumi. Morgan Aduba Kumi. Jillian Noel Onagad. Y'all are like lined up together on purpose. Kylie Parker. Tandem Ali Davis. Kelly Elizabeth Finch. Emily Amanda Chablis. Sarah Elizabeth Montsunu. Emma Hope Moon. Emmy Grace, Mike Maris, Maris. Thank you. Nellie Elizabeth Wade. Bridget Denise Bagley. Thank you. Anna Joy Stitt. Landon Job. Thank you. Isa Palganek. Raise the roof. Hashini Subha Kumar. Samantha Claire Hoffman. Thank you. Olivia Catherine Gushawin. Anna Truluck Ham. Madeline McCall Lemon. Edie Moyers. I said, oh, y'all like lined up together. Mariah Faith Little. Love you. Love you. Jenna Catherine Carroll. Love you. Love you. Love you. Sarah Elizabeth Fentress. Cassidy Love Bowen. Michaela Catherine Mull. Thank you. Mary Eliza Smith. Megan Ann O'Connor. Hey girl, Hannah Zinn. Thank you. Margaret Catherine McIntyre. Emma Denman. Thank you. Dylan Thomas Deason. Thank you. Honor Elizabeth Knapp. Ashley Martin Burnett. Thank you, thank you. Madeline J. Lai. Jane Lai. Maylee Elizabeth Maldonado. Miley Elizabeth Maldonado. Alexandra Claire Papiano. Thank you. Claire, we're going to do all this. We're going to do it right, right? Claire Ronza Matamello. Thank you. Noelle Harp. Audrey Elizabeth Kashutas. Riley Shahanti. How are you? Lee Shaw. Thank you. Taylor Teresa Schultz. Thank you. Stella Grace Griffin. Isabella Mercer Hopkins. Santillan. Ashley Santillan. Emily Catherine Rollins. Dorothy Kristen Kyron Bentadiz Ual. Hi, thank you. Catherine Lourdes Angus. Thank you. Lashidi Daniel. Lashadai Daniel. Logan Avery Maiden. Thank you. Crosby Chapel. Connor Lee Sewell. Thank you. Carrie Ann Juliet Rogers. Samuel Witten Balmer. Sarah Ann McElroy. Heather Ann Deal. Emily Marie Martin. Thank you. Marie Elise Vicario. Thank you. Stephen Stalker. Troy Andrews Moss. Thank you. Catherine Janelle King. Thank you. Madison Kate Hudler. Joshua Ray Rutan. Jajin Yu. Claire Dawn. Belle Tran. Thank you very much. Belle Tran. Link Xiong. Cameron Lee Neal. Susan Elizabeth Benbow. How you doing? Keaton Crooks. Jariji, is that right? Yes. Tell me one more time. Rentian Ju. Maximus Alexander Carlton. Angelo Carlton. Max. Even John. Thank you. Shelby Swanson. Lauren Langley. Keisha Frederick. Congratulations, Tar Heels. The dean has sent me back up here to have the honors of introducing my counterpart, the fabulous Dr. Lucinda Austin, who will represent the Graduate Studies and Research Department.
Thank you. Thank you, Jules. I have the pleasure of introducing our amazing graduate students. We're going to start with our master's programs. We have 2 master's programs you can see in the program here on the list. We're going to start with our master's in digital communication program, followed by our master's in media communication. Paul LeBlanc. Emma Carenta. Mariah Lee Keller. Sarah Everett Stone. Jesse Latter. Brian Huffman. Renetta Hill. Jessica Lynn Abel. Wesley Smith Roberts. Megan Allred. Hitoko Isono. Now we're starting with our Masters in Media Communication. Chelsea Durante. Molly Mitchell. Grace Connery. McKenna Martin. Sakshi Bise. Brooke Gottlieb. Maddie Mitchell Lane. Michelle Lane. Kennedy Collins. Nuo Chen. Next we have our PhD, and this, yes, clap for our PhD here, yes. These students put in a tremendous amount of work on their research projects, so we're actually going to read the titles of their dissertations as well, and they will be hooded. I will recognize who is going to hood them if it's their advisor or co-chair or committee member. I'm coming up with them as well. Our first is Larissa Anderson Horn. She will be here. Larissa Denise, I'll say your middle name. She will be hooded by her advisor, Dr. Lee McGuigan, and her title is Exiles, Podcasters, and Deconstructing Theologians, a Transdisciplinary Approach to the Study of Digital Religion. Next, we have Emily Faith Galper. Her title is Experimental Effects of Condom Messages and Depictions on Condom Attitudes and Norms Among U.S. Young Adults. She'll be hooded by her co-chair, Dr. Seth Noor. Next, we have Daniel Johnson, who will be hooded by his advisor, Dr. Nori Camello. His title, you can go on out. His title is The Military's Mental Health Crisis and the Role of Media in Communicating the Problem. Next, we have Shelby Lake, who will be hooded by his committee member, Dr. Rhonda Gibson. His title is Developing Effective HIV Prevention and PrEP Promotion Messages for Self-Identified Bisexual Men. Yes, okay. And next, we have Jessica Shaw, hooded by her co-chair, me, Dr. Lucinda Austin. Her title is Communication and Perceptions of Emerging Technologies, a Mixed Methods Approach to Generative Artificial Intelligence Risks, Benefits, and Public Engagement.
Thank you, Lucinda. Thank you, Jules. And JJ, thank you again for your inspired words earlier. Congratulations again to our graduating class of 2025. Now, students, let's take a moment to recognize some other very important people here today. These are the people who have been with you and behind you along the way on your journey to this great achievement. And they are with you and behind you again today. So please stand up, turn around, look up into the stands. And now, let's give a huge round of applause to the friends and families who have supported you and who are feeling so much pride in you and your accomplishments. Families and friends, you have raised and supported the students well. Graduates, the faculty marshals will soon direct you out of the arena through the tunnel, and you meet your families and friends outside. When you recess out of the arena today, you are not leaving UNC Hussman or Carolina. Rather, you are joining our legendary network of alumni who remain connected to the school by mentoring students, by hiring students, and by supporting the school as advisors, advocates, and donors. You join nearly 20,000 other living UNC Hussman alumni who came before you. And you are preceding generations of students who will follow on your footsteps. Our alumni community has embraced you as students, and they will embrace you now as fellow alumni. We hope that each one of you will continue the long UNC Hussman tradition of giving back to support future students. Please remain connected to the school. Follow us on social media, read our monthly e-newsletters, join us for events in the region wherever you live and work, and please come back to see us on campus whenever you can. You will always be welcome here. Please join us after the ceremony as newly minted alumni for a reception at Carroll Hall. Thank you, and this concludes the 2025 UNC Hussman Commencement Ceremony.